to the channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Always a pleasure to be rocking with all you beautiful people around the globe. As you can see, we are in my kitchen, and that can only mean one thing. Yes, we are about to cook up some good eating. As you guys know, we like to do on this channel is eat some good eating. So with that being said, today I'm going to make my famous American sausage. This is completely homemade. Now you guys see me make turkey sausage on the channel. Pretty much the same thing, except we're using pork instead of turkey. So these are the real deal pork sausage the way that I like it. So this is my own recipe, and I'm going to show you guys how easy and simple it is for you to make American sausage wherever you are in the world, which for me, I'm living in Australia at the moment, and here they don't have American style sausage, our breakfast style sausage, you know what I mean? You know, I'm telling you, when you go to Mickey D's, when you go to freaking Burger King, when you go to Carl's, wherever you go to get your breakfast, and you want a nice American sausage patty, you know, or you're at the grocery store and you're gonna go and get the hookup and get some freaking dope American style sausage with your pancakes and things like that. I love my American style sausage, so I'm going to show you guys how to make it. Super easy, it's easier than you think. Don't be afraid to get in the kitchen and try. Also, you can see I've got my pork here, but we're going to make ours into a burger. So I've got some nice brioche buns over here, which actually have this time for my burger. Surprise, surprise. We've got our eggs ready to go. I cracked a couple eggs. Actually, I cracked one egg, and guys, I had a double yolk. I don't know if you can tell without me spilling the egg on the ground, but yeah. Double yolk. So I think that's a good luck thing. And we got our pork. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. We're going to start this cooking here. I'm going to take you through the whole process. I've got a better angle today. Got a little bit better setup for you guys, which I know you guys will appreciate. You guys can actually see me, because usually I'm cut off the way I had it set up before, but now I've managed to get things set up a little bit better, and we've got some better lighting as well. So hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the video a lot more. Okay. Let's go through the process. So what we're going to do is, first let's get this sausage mixed up. Preheat your frying pan always. For you guys who don't know, I've owned 6 restaurants, okay? So I do know my way around the kitchen a bit, you may say. With 6 restaurants comes a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of time in the kitchen cooking up a storm, which I love to do. I love cooking. I love food. And I've developed all my own recipes for every single thing I do. It's my recipe. I like to create and I like to perfect. And I make things that taste the way I would like it to taste. And that's the best way to do it. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get this happening. So, we've got our pork here. This is 500 grams of pork that I bought over here at the supermarket. This particular one is from Woolworths brand supermarket over here in Australia. This is a lean pork. I decided to make it a little bit healthier, if you would say. We're gonna go ahead and get that over here. And give my hands a rinse. Now I just put that in a mixing bowl because I'm gonna mix that all up. And it's always important, guys, when you're working with meats and things, to make sure that your hands are always clean. It's very important. You do not want to work with dirty hands ever. And I would add that even outside of a pandemic, do that. Practice good food safety in your kitchen. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take this here and we're going to start adding our little bit of spice action that's going to give it the taste I love and help create that American sausage taste. Now, I'm going to start with the most important one, because this really, to me, there's really 2 things in my recipe that I think are, well, actually 3 things. There's 3 spices that really are the key foundation of making an American style sausage taste to me, in my opinion. The most important one, I think, really is sage. I think sage is so important to give it that taste. And it is really, really, really important that you remember that you're spicing this for your taste. There's not really a right or wrong answer when it comes to that. It's really more about what your taste buds find to be the right balance. So for me, I really love sage. And you can smell it. And literally when you sniff sage, you can actually smell that American sausage smell. You can really smell it. It is so apparent. If you can't smell it, by the way, you better go get your COVID test. I was watching some, there's some cooking show, or, hey, shout out to, guys, there's this show I do watch, you know, when I'm working, editing on my own videos, and usually in the background I'll have something playing while I'm editing, or when I'm eating, I'll have something in the background playing, because that's the only time I really take a break out. You know, other times I'm filming my own content and stuff. And I watch, there's this Aussie guy, his name is Greg. He's got Greg's Kitchen. You guys might have seen his channel, maybe not, but I will tell you, I watch his channel. Greg, he's actually in the same state as me, so we might cross paths at some stage, maybe do a collab, which would be pretty cool. But I will say this, Greg, the last 3 or 4 reactions Greg did, he said, I can't taste anything. He had like Mickey D's, he had a few different things that the last things he've had, like it's been like literally like 3 things in a row or something, he goes, I can't taste anything. I can't taste, there's no taste. And I'm thinking to myself, man, go get you a COVID test. Maybe you can't taste because your taste buds are gone from COVID. but like shout out to Greg. Go check out Greg's Kitchen. Fun guy. If you like food reviews, he does these food reviews. They're a lot of fun. But anyways, back to my kitchen. Oh, I love that smell of sage. So look, I'm going to put a few sprinkles of sage in here. I've really gone really generous with the sage on this one. I've said that was, if you've got these little Master Food shake bottles, I literally probably put about 5 shakes in there right now. That I'm not going to use my freaking scale. I'm not going to measure everything to, you know, 50 grams of this, or, you know, milligrams, or, you know, teaspoons or tablespoons, or I'm not going to do that, because I like to go by feel for myself. Again, it's really about your taste buds. When you're making something like this, it's about how potent do you want it, or how mild or wild, you know. So you can really kind of just eye it and really know. And after a while, you'll know. You know your spices, you know what they do, you know their goal. After a while, you'll get it, and you'll be able to do this without having to measure everything. To me, measuring, even when I find recipes, I always need to tweak them. I just need to give them that thing that makes it me, you know. So I've yet to find one recipe ever in the entire my life that I felt like I needed to use per se as that recipe. When, you know, you might look for ideas or things to kind of inspire you and make you go, oh yeah, okay, that's how you do it. Because maybe you don't have an idea of how to make something, you go, let me just get a general idea of what it is needed to make that. And then I go, oh, is that all it is? So then I'll go and I'll make my own recipe and I'll tweak it or whatever. That's what I used to do. But nowadays, I kind of just, again, I've had 6 restaurants. I just kind of know pretty much what it takes to make anything, from bread to chocolate chip cookies to freaking dishes like this, you know, anything. It's just now I kind of know what, you know, the kind of game, the ground rules, you know, the basic fundamentals of the actual dish, and then I just create my own and kind of just, you know, make my own thing. So that's one of the things. When I first made American sausage, I wanted to have American sausage. I was here, and they don't sell it here. I was like, how do you make freaking American sausage? I actually didn't know what went into the ingredients. I come to find out, one of the most important ones is sage. Once you smell it, you know sage belongs in there. Now after that, everything else is kind of more of me just, again, it's more of a feel, what I feel works and what seems right. So for me, I noticed that this is the next important one for me. This is not really in particular order, but it's very important, is chili flakes. Chili flakes, because if you've had American sausage, you eat, you know, you take a bite, and every once in a while you get that little bit of heat, you get that little bit, you bite into it, you know what I mean? It always has that little bit of, So I'm gonna put a little bit of that into mine, and I like the chili hot vibe, so I'm gonna put a few shakes. That's about 10 shakes in there. And now the third most important one to me is fennel seeds, guys, or fennel seeds, however you say it. Fennel seeds, right here. Again, these 3 ingredients here, you could actually make this with just these 3. A little cracked pepper, a little salt and pepper, but we're going to continue with my recipe. Smell it, and you can smell sausage. You can smell sausage. This right here, it has sausage all over it. So we're going to put in some of that. Just be generous. Whatever you feel works for you. I put about 5-6 shakes in there. Now, we're going to put a little bit of Italian, or Italian, if I can find it. I'm going to put some Italian herbs. Italian herbs goes with everything, makes everything that much more delicious. Italian herb action. And that smells good as well. You can also smell a bit of sausage in that. So we'll just put a little bit of that in there. Should be enough. Even though the Italian herbs does have some oregano already, I'm going to put a little bit of extra oregano. It just makes it pop. A little more oregano action. I'm going to put just a little bit of ginger. Oh, I love ginger. So just a little bit. And then we're going to put our cracked pepper. Oh, I love cracked pepper. That gives it that extra bit of heat as well, if you put enough of it in there, so that should be enough. Cracked pepper, and of course, you can choose to use Himalayan salt or sea salt. I'm going to put just 1 little bit of sea salt, just that much. Himalayan salt, just a little bit, not much. And we're going to put my celery salt is my go-to. Beautiful. A little celery salt in there. Don't need much, just a little bit. You only want a dash. And that is all the salts we need. That's all the spices that we really need. And if you want, now this used to be my little secret weapon I used in all of my dishes. I'm revealing something that I would not normally reveal, but I am going to reveal this. This is one of my top secret things that I use in a lot of recipes, and this is cinnamon sugar. And you don't want to put much, you just want just a little bit. Just a little bit, just to say hello. That's it. It's my little secret. Okay, after I put all my spices, now that's everything that we need in there. I'm just going to give my hands another wash because of the touch of these bottles. I do wash all my bottles and things from the stores and everything. But again, I've just become so accustomed to in the kitchen, owning a restaurant, to always have gloves or washing my hands. I would normally just, after touching those bottles, if I was in my restaurant, I would have either already had gloves on and just took them off and put some fresh gloves on, or I would have had gloves on and swapped them around or whatnot. So it's really important to practice good food safety, and it's just part of who I am now. Again, after owning restaurants, that's your mentality. Your brain just switches to that. So look, we got that, and we're gonna mix it up. She's gonna oh my gosh, dude, I almost forgot one of my best sorry guys. I almost forgot something super important from my recipes. How could I? Oh my gosh, gotta have a little Worcestershire sauce. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Now it's perfect. Oh my gosh. Jeez. How could I forget? How could I forget? That's going to really make it hit. It's a little bit of that in there, and it just works magic. It brings everything together. Okay. So my hands are now clean again. I know some of you guys are thinking, geez, you're overwashing your hands, you're over pedantic. I don't think so. I don't think there's such a thing as over pedantic when you are in the kitchen and you're practicing food safety, especially when you're serving food to others in a restaurant setting. You definitely no such thing. I always do this, and if I saw someone in my kitchen not practicing these type of things, washing hands and stuff, which has happened, you're out of my kitchen, bro. You're gone. Alright, let's continue. So we're going to fold this into itself, because as you can see now, basically all the spices and seasoning, everything is on the top like that. So to start my mixing, I'm just going to fold that into itself like that. And now I'm just going to basically combine everything together. I'm mixing it all in nice and good. And some people may say add an egg. Don't add an egg. Please don't ever add egg to your burger mix, your beef mince, your pork mince, your freaking turkey mince, whatever. Don't add an egg. Each to their own, but don't add an egg. Unless you're making a freaking meatloaf. That's the only time it's acceptable to add an egg to your mince, to your ground beef, whatever you call it in your part of the world. Back home in the States, we call it really ground beef. I don't really think we use the word mince much, but here they more so say, well, this is ground pork, obviously. But in Australia, they say mince. I don't know. Maybe we say it too. I don't know. I freaking don't know. It really depends what part of the States you live in. I've noticed some things I thought we didn't say at all in the States. I've come to discover that depending what state you live in, they actually might know that word and use it. A good example is hood. We call the front, or the engine of the car, we call it the hood, right? And we call the back part the trunk. Here they call it the front part the bonnet and the back part the boot. Come to find out, because I thought we'd never use that word ever to describe the hood, bonnet. Come find out there's some state, some town or somewhere, I actually heard someone talking from there and they said bonnet to describe it. I was so surprised. I was like, we use that word? We know what it means? I don't know. So I started thinking, maybe I don't know as much as I think I know about everywhere in the States, because I guess depending where you grow up in certain states, there might be more of an English, community or influence, or I don't know. But I found that interesting that I didn't know. Anyways, back to the meat. That's already combined really well now. That's really good. Again, you know. And I can feel this. Now this meat here, I bought this yesterday and it really had a really quick use by date. It only had, and once you open from that sealed package anyways, your use by date changes. Okay? Your date changes the moment that freaking you open that plastic. Suddenly it's been exposed to air and whatnot, so you gotta. Now normally I would, like what I didn't use, I would put back in the fridge and label it if I was in my restaurant, so then I can use it later. We're gonna cook all this up though, because this had already, the use by date was for tomorrow for this. So what I'm gonna do is cook it all up, so then I can get an extra 3 days out of this later. So, but for now we're gonna cook up a couple patties for our burger, and then the rest I will just fry up, and we will use for our pizza, which will make an American pork sausage pizza, which would be really awesome for a future episode. Anyways, get a good handful, about the size of a golf ball, a little bit bigger than a golf ball actually, and you're just going to make it to a nice ball. Just make sure it's all that really easy. I like to then just take it like this in my hand and I just squash it together like that. And you just flatten it out in your hand. You pre-make the patty in your hand. It's the quickest, easiest way to do so. I'm going to make it nice and flat. I want this to just cook up nice and beautifully. And have your frying pan preheated. As you can see, mine is. And you can hear that nice sizzle. And then just flatten out. Oh my gosh, you can smell that That smells perfect already. And we're just going to make up one patty for that. That's going to be enough. And the rest of this, I'm going to, you know what? We might make 2 patties. We might make 2. Why not? It's a nice little patty action. Squash it up. Oh my gosh, that smells amazing. I wish we had smell-o-vision. Okay, and I just made up another patty here. Got 2 in here. I'm feeling hungry. I hadn't had anything to eat yet today. I really haven't had much to eat the past couple of days even. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. If you got your frying pan preheated, the moment you put this in, it's just going to start cooking up nicely for you. So there you go. Nice, beautiful, thin sausage patties. Let that cook up. The rest of this, I'm just going to leave this here for the moment because we will be frying this up right now. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to wash our hands really quick. I've got this pork all over it. And that'll be good for that. And we got our eggs, so we're going to prep our eggs. Now, these eggs here, normally what I like to do is I may put a little cheese in them or something like that, but I don't want to ruin my egg game. I really want to, in this particular instance, taste the sausage. I don't want the eggs to overpower the sausage. I could do it to create a balance of it, but for this particular recipe, today is about the sausage. We'll save the eggs for another day. I'll show you guys how to make my famous cheesy scrambled eggs or something like that. But anyways, with the eggs, normally I would put a little cracked pepper in here, a little bit of salt. It really just, that's it really. I just keep it nice and simple with that. And that would be that. But because we want these sausages to be the star of the show, we're not going to do that. And all we're going to do is we're going to just mix it up together. Now sometimes I like to leave my yolk, my egg, you know, unscrambled so that I can put it in and do a little sunny side up action, or, you know, just get that yolk game to when you know, bite and the yolk falls over, which is my favorite way to do it. But I also like just scrambling it up, so that's nice. Just like that. Super simple, super easy. And as you can see, the timing wise, you can tell pretty much when it's time to flip your sausages, because you can tell, if you look at that, you can see how that's starting to brown and the pink is becoming less pink. You know it's good to go. And I like to rotate my frying pan around just to create a more even heat in the pan there. And if you do all that right, you only have to flip it once. Some people over flip. Now, this is my smash burger spatula, which we'll make a smash burger one day and I'll explain it and we'll go through it on another thing, but today's not smash burger day. But this spatula has been my go-to tool for like my restaurants. All my restaurants, I hold on to this bad boy. I bring it with me. This is straight from my restaurants. This is what I use to make my famous burger. Everything, story for another day. All right. So that sausage is just about ready to flip, and it smells amazing in here, guys. Absolutely amazing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and give this a flip-a-lip-a-lip. Let's get that flipped over. Oh my gosh. Yes. It's got that nice light brown to it. Perfect. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make some room for our eggs. Just got that there. And we're just going to pour our eggs in. give it a couple more seconds for the eggs. The eggs won't take long to cook. I'll give it like 1 more minute, 2 minutes. So we're gonna take a break here. I'm almost out. 29.59 action on my camera. Let me go ahead, pause that. I'll be back in a second. This is all happening in real time, as you guys can tell. I'm really going through the complete process. No breaks, no cutaways. This is live and uncut. Be back in a sec. Alright, we're back. We're going to go ahead and pour our eggs into the frying pan. And I do not put any extra cooking spray. I like to use a non-stick cooking frying pan. So a no-stick pan, you know, your Teflon, whatever you use. I like using that just because then I don't have to put any extra oils or anything like that in it. And to me that is just a little bit healthier, a little guilt-free if you can get away with it. But in my restaurant, I always had cooking spray around or olive oil. I love olive oil. I actually love cooking with olive oil. Maybe for another restaurant, I do have some olive oil here. I do have some cooking spray here. But only in certain instances will I use those, when I really have to. The olive oil can add a nice little taste to the food as well. But another day. Right now we've got this here. Our sausage is now actually just about done. And our egg now is here. We've got our beautiful buns here. These are a very nice brioche bun right here. And I really love this brand. These are already like sliced and ready to go. Have some nice sesame seeds on them. And I love a brioche bun because I think the brioche bun really adds to this experience, you know, the savory, you know, experience. You got your little bit of that sweet, the salty, the sweetness, the spicy, the sweetness, all that combined when you do something like this. It just works. To me, I love it. Okay, so look, this is now just about done, this whole dish. We're just going to go ahead and just so that is just warmer, we're just going to give that just a nice little flip over, and then we're just going to flip that back. Just want to see what that looked like. That looks fantastic. The egg is there. Again, now I probably didn't mention this early on. I should have mentioned it. Medium heat, guys. You don't need to go overboard with the heat. Keep it on the medium. You know, just the halfway point on your burner, whatever you're using, your stovetop. Medium heat. That's the way to play it. That's the way to keep it. It works perfectly each and every time. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our plate ready, and we're going to plate this bad boy up. Normally, I would actually, and maybe on one of these I will put some extra sharp vintage cheddar cheese on one of these. I'll have a cheese one, and the other one will keep it without cheese. With my breakfast sausage burgers, I really don't really like cheese on it. It depends on my mood, but I prefer really to kind of just keep that sausage and that egg and just let those flavors together just kind of complement each other. They work so well. Egg and sausage, it belongs together. So, alright, we've got this here. We're going to choose one of these bad boys for this. That one looks perfect. Actually, we're going to choose two of them because we got two, don't we? So let's go ahead and get two of these. We're just going to plate them over here. Now you can toast them as well. Depends on your mood. These are super fresh and soft. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put these extra ones away for tomorrow. And tomorrow we will be having turkey burgers again. But this time I'm making turkey burgers with the actual bun. And we'll make something different. Maybe do like triple turkey burger action. I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something. Okay, we've got that. Sausages are done. I'm just going to give those a little flip over. Sausage is done. 100%. You can smell it. The egg is done. So, I'm just going to go ahead and after we do this, we're actually going to, now what I'm going to do with this, one of these I am going to put some vintage cheddar cheese on, but let me go ahead and flip this egg. Just get that nice and flipped over. There we go. Look at that. Just flip that bad boy over. Oh my gosh, that looks good. That looks really good. Okay, so we've got that there. Got our egg. Sausage. All this is done, by the way, guys. This is all done. This is completely done and ready to go. So I've just got that extra little bit of heat on that. And then we're just gonna, I just flipped that over like that really quick so that I could melt the cheese on there. So I'm gonna melt cheese on one of these patties, just like that. This is extra sharp vintage cheddar cheese. Really delicious stuff, aged for like 20 months. And this particular one is 25% less fat, which again, if you can find little ways to decrease your fat content, why not, you know? And this particular brand, sometimes you get the reduced ones and the taste is not there, the taste is missing, it's not as delicious as it normally would be. But in this particular instance, they've got it right, and it actually is fantastic. So, shout out to, what brand is this? I think I've got a Bega is the cheese brand here. I love Kraft. I love Cracker Barrel. I normally like the Cracker Barrel. They don't have the reduced fat Cracker Barrel slices here. So this is pretty much done, guys. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our patty. We're going to go ahead and put that on one of these here, just like that. And then we're going to take our egg. I'm going to put that on the top. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. And we're going to do the same with this other one. Put that here, just like that. Put our tops on. And there you go. Those are ready. Now we're just going to still fry up the rest of that sausage meat. So I'm just going to get this, and I know some of you guys are like, you're using a metal spatula in your Teflon. If you know how to be very gentle, you can do it without scratching it. But yeah, you got to be careful with that, otherwise you will scratch it. Alright, so this pan is now ready to be used for that, so I'm just going to take that. I'm just going to get that out there, the little loose crumbage so it doesn't burn. And we're going to put the frying pan back on here. This is already preheated, ready to go. We're going to take the rest of our sausage and we're going to go ahead and we're going to fry that up. So then we can put it in the fridge and it'll keep for an extra 3 days. We're going to use that for the pizza later on. And there you go. One of the things people never really realize when you've got a restaurant is a lot of your time goes to prep. People don't realize just how much time goes to prep. We spend hours prepping so that we can be ready for dinner service or lunch or whatever we're doing. If you're open for breakfast, you've got to come in that much earlier to get ready. So much time behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realize is going on, that is happening behind the scenes. So we're going to have this pork just fry up. Just going to squash it down so it cooks quicker. Need to have big chunks of pork here in this instance. And there we go. Alright, taste test time and mukbang. I guess, well, we could eat here, but why don't we go over to the table where you guys know I like to freaking make the magic happen. Alright guys, let's see what we're working with here. The food is absolutely looking just delish. There you go. Here's the finished product. And look at that action. Oh my gosh. Thumbnail. Yeah. All right, let's dive in. I'm super excited and super hungry. It's been a long time since I've made my famous breakfast sausage burgers like this. And oh my gosh, we're just gonna dive in. All right, let's try let's do eeny, meeny, miny, mo to figure out which one to go first with. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If it hollers, let it go. My mom said pick the best one, and you are not it. Oh, so it's the egg one that loses out. First bite. We're diving in. Mmm. 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 Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely amazing. Mmm. This is how you make sausage, guys. This is so good. Oh my gosh, take a bite. Please, take a bite. Oh, absolutely amazing. Mmm. 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 And it's got just the right amount of heat. Not too much, but just enough just to say hello. How are you? How you doing? It all works. All the ingredients together just come together and create. Oh my gosh, this is an experience. This is how. Oh my gosh, my gosh. Ah. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. The brioche bun just complements. There's just that little sweetness in the bun. And I like these buns better than the ones I had the last time. If you guys remember, I had some buns. I had the Oreo Spam burger. And those buns were just really sweet. Those particular ones, that was a brand I would normally never use. This is a brand I always use. And they were just too sweet, I felt. But also the Oreo on top of that in that particular instance was just too much. But this here, it's just the right enough sweetness to really just allow the sausage to really talk to me a bit. It's really speaking to me and it's saying, hello, how are you? How's your day? What's good? It's just so perfect. I absolutely love it. Mmm. Mmm. You know, if you've cooked your sausage just right as well, there's just still a little bit of juiciness in it. If your sausage tastes like really dried out, you've not done something right. You've either overcooked it, you've smashed it too much, and smashed all the juice out of it. You've done something wrong. I don't know what you've done if you don't have just that little slight. If you've got really dryness, yeah. Mmm. 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 Oh, I wish you guys could taste this with me. Mmm. The only thing that makes food taste better is when you haven't had food in a minute, especially, you know, and you're like just super hungry, and that moment when you take that first bite, when you're having, you know, and you've been anticipating and mouth-watering waiting, because I knew I was going to make this today, and I was like, let me go check on my sausage. That sausage is ready over there. That's ready for the next meal, which will be pizza. We're going to make a really nice pizza, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this one, so make sure you stay on the lookout for that. But for the moment, let's continue enjoying these bad boys. Mmm. 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 Oh. Next up, the egg one. Mmm. Oh my gosh. Something about the egg just really brings it to another level. Got some crispy egg here. Mmm. Mmm. So good. So good. One thing is missing from this, and I bet you guys that know me know what I'm about to go get, because you can't have breakfast sausage without this. Hold on. Right. OJ. That's right. You can't have about OJ. You guys know I love my little OJ drink boxes here. This is Woolworth's brand one, 5-star action. You already know. Burger time. Mmm. Mm. I think one thing that like I was always used to hate about living overseas was just not having access to all my favorite restaurants and food and things that, you know, I grew up loving back home in the States. But you know, like, if you just like take the time to be like, you know what, I'm gonna just go in the kitchen and I'm gonna try to make it myself. And anyone can do it. I know, you know, you go, oh, well, you've had restaurant, of course you know how to cook and blah blah. No, like, it still, there's a lot of bad chefs in the world. I mean, just because I've had a restaurant doesn't necessarily mean I'm good at cooking, you know? Like, just because I like to cook and I love food doesn't mean that it may be appealing to everyone, but it's an art. It's an art form. For me, my secret is making it the way I think food should taste, because that's based on how I like food to taste myself. Putting that extra care into everything you make, the love, the passion, all that. This is so good, by the way. Mmm. Mmm. This is also the first time I've had eggs in about 6 months, which is really crazy. My reason why is because you guys would have seen a while ago I was talking about in one of my videos about the whole egg situation, and you know, like washing eggs and all that, and y'all go check my previous vids, you ain't seen that. But the thing is, I just felt a little bit uneasy about eggs because of the whole pandemic and whatnot, and I was like, man, I don't want to end up, you know, because eggs have porous shells. You shouldn't be using any detergents or clean baby wipes or anything on your eggs, because that can seep into the egg itself through the shell. Like, you know, like people don't actually realize this stuff, you know. And even if you just wash in regular water and stuff, again, whatever's on the outside surface potentially can seep into, well, that's my theory anyways, I'm not an expert on it, but it makes sense, it's plausible. It can seep into the egg. The shells are like, don't get it twisted. People think the egg's shell is like this hard substance that can't be penetrated. Like it's think about it. How do you think the egg, the chickens, the baby, you know, chickens survive without air? Think about it. You think they could do that? There has to be a way for it to get into there. The eggs, the shells are porous. So anyways, I went through this stage where I was a bit funny about eggs. Well, obviously it's been like 6 months of funniness. So I'm excited to have this egg action, because it's been a minute, and it is the perfect way to bring the egg back with the sausage game. Amazing how many things just go together so well. You know, there's certain things that it's just like timeless, like it's proven. These things go together. They belong together. They were born to be together. You know, bacon and eggs, sausage and eggs, peanut butter and jelly, whatever. Y'all. You know it's good when you freaking just like want a third, want a fourth. Perfect. Sesame seeds. Guys, that was so good. That really hit the spot. Oh my gosh. I had been craving that, And it's just a different game when you use pork instead of turkey. You know, when I make my turkey sausage, it's fun. You know, it's a whole different experience. Bit healthier option, I think. But lean pork, like I've just had, this is lean pork. And then just freaking putting that freaking spice game together in that. It's just a different taste when you use pork. It's just different. It's just different. It's a whole nother level. That's the first time I've had pork sausage in, well, the first time that I had, matter of fact, it's the first time I've bought pork and made pork anything, not just sausage, but pork anything, probably like since I had my restaurant. I've not bought pork. So we're talking about, like, how long ago since I had my restaurant now? 2 years? Year and a half? Time is flying by. I think it was a year and a half ago. Oh. Maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half. I don't know. I'm not good with time. Guys, thank you for tuning in with me. I've really enjoyed making this video. This has been completely uncut. Let me know if you guys like when I take you through the whole process like I did this time. This was as real as it gets. I didn't freaking, when I was cooking the sausage, I literally took you through the whole process from the beginning to the end of cooking the sausage. I did not cut any time. That is the actual time it took to make that. So there you go. If you want to know exactly how long it takes to make something like that, there you go. This video, look at this. I've still got 6 minutes left over on here on this fresh 29.59. I've eaten, I've cooked. You know, I've done the whole 9. I made an extra batch of sausage for the pizza. So don't be afraid. It doesn't, it doesn't take that much more effort to make something homemade than it does for you. You know, like people think, oh, it's easier to just go out to the store and stuff. By the time I would have went, got dressed, got down to my car, drove to the nearest place, freaking picked it all up, came back to eat it, or I could have eaten there, but still, the time it took, I could have cooked it myself and definitely been happier with the outcome. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times when I go out to eat, I'm disappointed and there's this 50-50 coin toss. Even the places that you go and frequent, you go, I wonder if it's going to be good like usual or if it's going to be not. It's a coin toss. It's like really Russian roulette. You just never know. It's gonna you're going to win the payout or you're not. And that's one of the reasons I really dislike eating out. I really do, because even at places that I feel like they get it right most of the time, they still can have that off day where you're like, oh my gosh, I've just wasted time, effort, money on going to a place that has now left me disappointed and my night's ruined, or if it's early in the day, your day's ruined. So if you get out and you get in the kitchen yourself and you just take the time to hone in on your own recipes, get it right for you, and you make sure you're getting a good portion size as well, because you're making it at home, you're going to be able to, have, actually when you do the math on most things, if you buy smart, it's cheaper as well to make it yourself. It doesn't always work out that way depending on what you're making and how you're making it. For example, me, if I'm making like my pizza, for example, my homemade pizza from scratch, my famous pizza I should say, because my recipe is freaking out of this world. And everyone who's ever had my pizza in my restaurants will tell you it's the best thing since apple pie. Jeez, I've got people on camera on one of my videos on my YouTube telling you as much. I find that video, I might put a clip in here. And if you don't see that clip, it means it didn't happen. But check out my videos. I've done it. I've got people saying how amazing my food is. At the end of the day, there's something about making your own meal that is just magic, and it's just better than anything else. You feel so rewarded, even though it takes more effort, more time. You gotta wash the dishes afterwards. Who wants to do that? Nobody. But it is so much more rewarding, so much more fulfilling. It's just the gift that keeps on giving, if you ask me. So I've enjoyed this. I've had the best time making this with you guys and bringing you along for the ride through the process. And I hope you enjoyed the vid, man. I've got more to come, so stay tuned. There will be more to come of these videos. I'm thinking of putting them on, like, also in addition to, because this channel here is for a little bit of everything of what I love, which is music, food, cars, film, movie, video, whatever, you know. But I would like to also have a dedicated food channel where it's only food stuff, just food. So that's something I'd like to do. And if you guys want that, let me know in the comments that that's something you would enjoy, and I'll make it happen. All right, right now I've got like 50 plus channels. I'm sure we could find a channel to make just dedicated to food stuff. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Matter of fact, you know where I'll put it? I just had it. I'm gonna put it on my Sloppies channel. I do have a Sloppies channel. Sloppies, for you guys don't know, name my restaurant brand, my franchise, my restaurants I've had is under the Sloppies brand. I already have a channel made in the description that has Sloppies. I'll put the link at the top of this description. I'll try to remember to do that. And because that is my food channel, I think I'll try to, well, my food, you know, brand, restaurant, maybe we'll do food stuff on that channel. That'd be a way to keep my brand alive until we actually literally can start opening restaurants again, because I would love to still franchise my brand around the world. That's still something that I want to do, especially after cooking, and I go, oh my gosh, this is better than anything else out there. What you know, am I doing? People are missing out on this. Give the people what they want. The people want really good food. Anyways, video for another day. I'm gonna end this here, and I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please do yourselves a favor, get in the kitchen. Don't be afraid to go and start making stuff from home. This is the perfect time for you to do it with the pandemic going on around the world. This is the absolute perfect time to start getting in the kitchen and be getting really creative. Don't waste your money on delivery charges, freaking all that crap. Like I said, a lot of times it's just hit and miss, and you don't know if you're gonna have a good experience or a bad experience. Plus, most of the time delivery brings your food, you still gotta reheat it yourself because something's gone wrong. So, or soggy, and you gotta try to crispy it back up and rescue it. Like, come on. Just make it yourself first time, you'll be happy, I promise you. Alright guys, that's gonna do this one. We've used up almost this whole 29.59. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, remember to live each moment to the fullest and to keep it off tap out. in case, I don't want to freaking fall and drop everything on film, because that just sucks. Alright guys, we're gonna do a little mission right now. Alright, this is just for you guys.